Yeah, so let's start with today's session. Over to you, Binsia.
Thank you so much, Ashik. Thank you so much. First of all, thank you so much for inviting me. And I came to know that this is your first pilot session, and I'm really, really fortunate that it's me who's taking this session. Hello, everyone. I hope everybody is doing good. I am not a regular pretender or something like that. Just because Ashik was approaching and I thought I was having much of my students work from healthcare background as well, I thought, why not I share whatever I know in this industry. And Ashik, what a wonderful initiative. You saw that there is something which is lacking in this industry, and then you pick up that niche, and then you tried, bridging that gap between these people. What a wonderful initiative. Yes, thank you so much for doing that. And I'm just going to go straight into the presentation. So it's about rebuilding healthcare careers in the UAE. So that's basically about it. And I'm Binsia. I'm the co-founder and CEO of Wellington Campus. Wellington Campus is the providers of bachelor's, master's, PhD programs and all of these things from international universities from UK, US and Germany here in the UAE. We kind of have a good bunch of students who are working professionals in various sectors, and healthcare is one of the sectors wherein students come down and then they take their programs, and then we help them figure out their internship. We help them with placements and all of these things. So the first one goes to the reality of healthcare careers in the UAE. So we know that every industry, not just healthcare industry, but then every industry have challenges, every industry have opportunity, all about how you put that success formula into work and get yourself done. I heard from somebody saying that the interview, they did an interview, but then they got rejected because they mentioned about your confidence. So it's not just about your potential, or it's not just about your clinical exposure, what you existingly have, but then it's about the future, what you're preparing for. So you just have to prepare yourself also about, the confidence, the communication skills, the leadership skills. All of these things are pretty much important in this industry, especially in the cities, the region. So first one, the challenges being like high competition. Of course, we know that it's highly competitive. You have a lot of people who are coming down from India and basically South Asian region, in this region, looking for jobs. So it's a highly competitive market, and which makes it a bit more difficult with the licensing hurdles. I have my friends who came down here and then they're like, okay, I have the thing, I have to clear it, only then I can start with. So there is the licensing hurdles which comes along with it. The hurdle of getting a job, getting an interview, because of the high competition and all of these. Then the post-COVID restructuring also, which happened with a lot of hospitals, is also extremely challenging for candidates like you guys in this industry. Then comes the opportunities. So you have to, as much as you see challenges, it's also about opportunities. Do you know that in Chinese, for challenges and opportunities, it's the same word. So some people will see challenges, some people will see opportunities. So there is a massive potential in the healthcare, innovation, tech, and allied roles in this region, particularly the GCC region. What will be your success formula out of all of these things? Your success formula will not be like, okay, I'm applying to some courses, I'm applying to a bunch of people, and I'm just going to wait until they reply, until these people call me for an interview. That doesn't work anymore. That's the whole point. You might be approaching these employers or hospitals or healthcare providers, stemming your CV out there because you saw something in Indeed, you saw something by somebody, or somebody referred you somewhere, and then you have to message them or mail them, and you're waiting for them to give you an update about how you're going forward with it. Okay, I'm just going to wait until they call me for an interview. That doesn't work any longer, because imagine you're applying for a healthcare position or any position here in the UAE. It's not just manually choose it. So nobody has the time to go through all the 100,000 mails which is coming down into the HR mail or in the info mail and choose, okay, this candidate will be the best, this candidate will be the best, this candidate will be the best. The bigger organizations, what they do nowadays is they use a bot. So they put a bunch of keywords onto it, like healthcare professional, 5 years plus experience, and a bunch of like clinical exposure. I might not be really good with the healthcare terms, so you guys will be. So they'll put all of these terms and then they'll see that, okay, which one? And the bot actually chooses which all out of 1,000 ones, okay, these 200 ones are the ones which fits into this category. So you might be thinking, okay, I don't have this experience in this industry, but anyway, I'm just gonna apply and see if this is going to work out. So you just randomly apply to it. But the thing is that the bot is actually removing your CV from the whole lot of this one. So it doesn't work anymore. You sending a CV and praying and waiting till they reply to you. So your success formula will be always and always adaptability, visibility, and learning, constant learning. It's no longer just about the job what you had. You might be having an extremely back in your home country, 5 years, 7 years of country experience in your home country. But when you come to GCC, your experience is zero. So they'll come down and ask you, like, do you have a GCC experience? So when the bot is having a keyword in their system that GCC experience minimum 2 years, and yours is like 10 years in India or 8 years in India or 8 years in Pakistan, it doesn't apply here. Your CV is getting removed immediately then and there because you don't check that category, right? So it's not just about the job which you had, it's all about the future, what you're preparing yourself for. I'm hoping I'm making it's easy for everybody to comprehend. Am I right? Let's go to the next slide maybe. Okay, so the power of networking, the first and foremost thing which I keep on telling everybody, they shift their departments or they just jump from one department to another. Or it's probably through reference. One of the people who are in this hospital is just referring another person who's looking acting. So it's 80% all about referring and getting into all of these things. So there is a huge UAE works a lot with power of networking because you have to be showcasing yourself as a person who is really skilled in this industry, really skilled with talking to people, interacting with new people, telling everybody that, hey, see, I'm this industry, I'm from India, I'm from Pakistan, I'm from any of these South Asian countries, and I have this much experience in my country and just exploring this industry. You have to probably do a lot of things to create yourself, build yourself. Being somebody who was an introvert back in school, and I had to pick up a lot in my life to be that person. Like, you enter a room and the room is full. I actually had to remove myself from the room, go to the washroom, sit down there for some time. But when I realized, the power of networking is totally different. You have probably fake it till you make it. That's what I say, because that worked really good for me. I'm not sure if that works for all of you, but then you have to, it's not faking what you actually are, but then faking your confidence. You can just train your mind or train your mindset that, okay, I'm good with this. I'm going to handle, this is my room. I'm going to enter that room with a lot of confidence. That also includes with the person who just mentioned that they had confidence issue and the hospital rejected their application because of confidence issue. So it's all about that 20 minutes of yours when you are going to get that interview. You just have to pretend like, yes, I know everything. I'm just going to confidently say that. If they are asking, okay, do you know about this thing? And you're like, I don't know about it, but I'm open and willing to learn about it. That makes a huge difference. When you say, I don't know anything about this, and yes, I kind of like know, but then you know what? I'm really good learner. I quickly learn all the things. Maybe I can do that. Maybe I'll learn and come back and then do that. So your confidence actually reflects a lot during the process. Attending events. So we break down the networking part into multiple stages. So first one is attending events. There are plenty of events which happens in this industry, healthcare industry especially. Like meetups, there's CMEs, there's seminars. Recently, our students were attending and they were volunteers for this AI in healthcare event. It was a 5 days event which happened at multiple hospitals. The first one was not a hospital. It was happening in a span of like 5 days. So it was a free entry event wherein you could just walk and you could just network and connect with like-minded people from the industry, people from different hospitals. So one day it was Pakhi Hospital, second day it was DLJ head office, third day it was Canadian University's branch in Shibga in the road, and a few other places. 5 days it was completely filled with AI in healthcare. What are new opportunities which is coming up in healthcare sector? how can I benefit from this one? How can I network? How can I exchange my card? If not, how can I connect with a bunch of people who are there in LinkedIn and utilize? Second one is joining community. So you have to attend events, and from the events you get to know that okay, there are these particular community which is happening. So hospital alumni groups, medical forums, group of doctors, group of people from Pakistan, India, and all of that. So there are communities, WhatsApp communities. One of the communities is the Bite Back community, which you are part of right now. So join communities, attending events, follow up. This is one of the major important things. So I've seen in my career that a lot of people would say that I've sent them a request on LinkedIn, I've dropped them an email, let's wait for them to call you for an interview, let's wait for them to give us an update on, okay, this is it, this. But then unfortunately, the thing is that, people don't respond. They might be getting like hundreds or 50 or 20 or, all of these mails in their mailbox every single day. So what makes it different? Like you're replying, you're saying that, hi, I've just met you the other day at this particular event, and you mentioned that drop an email. I'm just dropping an email with my CV and all of these things. Hope you get the time to go through all of these. They probably forgot because they saw your mail in their phone while they were driving, and they were like, yeah, okay, maybe when I reach office, I'm going to reply to it. And they totally might have skipped their mind. 1 day, 2 day, 3 day pass, and you are there waiting for them to reply. That's not how it works. If you have connected with them on LinkedIn at the event or at any of these places, you just have to ask them, hey, so I just dropped you an email on your mail, but then I'm also dropping you a message here in LinkedIn, just so you know that. Then my CV is over there. Whenever you have some time, just go to it and let me know if I'm good fit in this industry, or I think if you think there is something that I can develop or learn, do all of these. So they already have you in their radar because you already mail them, because you already message. So there are multiple stages. Imagine after 3 days also, you still don't have a reply. Don't be shy. You just don't have to be shy. Who are you trying to impress? Your important thing is getting and landing into a job. So after 3 or 4 days, you drop them once again. Hey, just a slight reminder. I drop your message and I didn't get a reply, so I just randomly text you. Probably you're having a very busy couple of days and might have stripped going through the mail or going through my CV, but just a slight reminder. So that person, when they open up, they'll be like, okay. So maybe I'll just go through it and give them some suggestion, give them some reference, give them something like that. So you just have to keep on applying and then waiting, but then you just have to, be present and visible and be connected. Drop them a message. And it's not just about, people think that it's so odd to reach out to people. It's so odd to reach out to people multiple times just like that. And what will they think about me? What will they think? They'll think that, oh, this person have no other job. But that's not, people love persistency. People love consistency. A lot of people don't have that. At the start of my career, I keep on dropping messages on LinkedIn, expecting people to reply. I make a list of like 100 people or 50 people, and in the span of 1 week, I drop like 20 messages each for all of these people. 20 people, I choose 20 people, I'll drop them at random. The next week, again, towards the end, maybe like 8 days or 7 days, I drop them once again, one more email. And maybe a good catch of them don't reply, but then out of 100, maybe 20 reply. 20 will reply, and then they'll say that, you know what? Not a lot of people do this. Not a lot of people keep this consistency with the reply and keep this consistency in like, okay, this person is bothering me too much. Let me see what I can do for them. And it's all about consistency. It's all about visibility. It's all about how you network and keep your connection alive, just like that. I'm hoping I'm making it clear to all of you guys. Utilize ChatGPT. ChatGPT is the best person who can help you with draft messages. So you can say that I dropped this particular message to this particular person. They haven't replied, and it's already 4 days. I want to send them a slight reminder. So make it extremely polite, make it like human, like I want to drop them one more message. So can you help me with that? And that it definitely is going to give you a small message, which you can drop it to these people, and then, get on with it. There is no harm in sending them. And what's the worst which is going to happen? Just imagine like that. What is the worst which is going to happen if you drop them one more message? They're probably going to say like, they're probably not going to respond. And we don't have to impress everybody, right? The 100 people we are connecting in 1 week or 2 week span of time, out of that, only 20 will reply. That's a fact. We just have to accept that. but there is no harm in dropping them a message. And we don't know what they're going through. We don't know what they're having, what kind of schedule they have. So maybe the reminder message is something which is going to put you again on their radar. So always keep a follow-up, show up, connect with them, and be visible to them, in front of them. Just like that. Right on this one, you could directly message these founders. LinkedIn is a powerful tool which you can utilize in terms of networking and reaching out them. It doesn't have to be limiting yourself only with the HR. You can message random people. To the funniest fact is, like, I had an event 4 years back. I hosted an event here in UAE, and I desperately wanted somebody from the healthcare industry to be attending this one. I never had an opportunity to reach out to them because healthcare was not my sector and I didn't know how to reach to this person. I'm just giving an example of my life, so just so that you understand. So what I did was, like, I messaged a CEO from one of the finest, biggest hospitals here in the UAE. I dropped them a message on LinkedIn, just like that. Hi doctor so-and-so. I'm not revealing their name here. Hi Dr. So-and-so. So Mohammed from DHA, hope you're doing well. Mohammed from DHA referred your name. I'm hosting this particular event at this particular day at this particular place. I just wanted to see if you're available to be one of the speakers, one of the panel speakers for this particular event. So the whole point, like, Mohammed from DHA. I don't know anybody from DHA, especially a Mohammed. The reason I used is because this is UAE, this is GCC. Every firm will be having a Mohammed or an Ahmed. I'm sure about it. So I just randomly messaged that person on LinkedIn to see if they responded. They responded. They shared me their contact details and told me, Binsia, give me a call at 4 days after or something like that. Give me a call because I'm right now in London. I'm coming back on this particular day. Around the evening time, give me a call. I called her and then she was like, yeah, why not? So Mohammed referred me. So sweet of Mohammed to refer me to you. That's fantastic. And then she was one of the speakers for our event. And right now, after 4 years, she's one of the biggest persons who take in our healthcare students as interns in their firm. So yes, so a random message to us helped me do that or get that. So you can also do that. It doesn't have to be the same thing, okay? Please don't use the same strategy, use different strategies. I'm sure you all will be having different strategies. It's not about how beautiful your CV is or how fancy your CV is, okay? As I mentioned at the starting of the session, your CV is not manually, most of the time it's not manually picked up. Imagine you're sending a message or dropping your CV to the HR in NMC hospital or Medcare hospital. It's not chosen by anybody who's physically sitting down there. It's chosen by a board. They take all of these CVs. They have the software in their system. They just put that, they link the system and the bunch of CVs, which they are getting thousands or hundreds of CVs. And out of that, the bot is the one who's choosing your CV. So it doesn't have to be fancy or anything like that. You just have to make sure that it's the right keywords which you use inside there. So if a job application, if you saw like clinical experience, this one, Arabic speaker and all of these things, what you can do is, you can just use Duolingo, which gets you started with your Arabic classes for like 200 dirham. So it's just basic, no harm in learning, right? As I said, constant learning is something which you have to be doing. If you're an Arabic speaker, you're getting more opportunities in Arabic speaking hospitals as well. Think it like that as a positive opportunity. So it doesn't have to be the Indian management hospital, but then you can start applying for others as well. So you can just go to Duolingo, start your classes. So you don't have to be a pro in Arabic, right? You still can mention in your CV like Arabic stage 1 or level 2 or level 3. You can just put over there. So the bot doesn't know that we just started your classes in Duolingo. The bot just picks the thing that's Arabic under the languages mode. So it just picks you up and then you're just taken, you're shortlisted like that. From the 1,000, you're shortlisted towards 100. If you walk into any of the offices or clinics here in the UAE right now, people don't entertain that. You're stuck at the security gate or you're stuck at the reception table. The receptionist will be like, yeah, drop your CV, I'll pass it down to the HR department, and they're never going to pass it down to the HR department. You're just stuck there. So don't just use that. If you want to have like an exposure, you want to walk in, want to see how it all works, go down to Jumeirah. Jumeirah have a lot of clinics, big clinics and all of that, which are small. And maybe you have a higher chance of reaching out to all of these people rather than the bigger. Second thing, don't just wait there and apply on the LinkedIn job availability and all of these things. Connect with individuals. So if job applying through LinkedIn is not working, connect with individuals, because individual is the one who can probably refer you somewhere. So you can maybe follow somebody or have like a list of like 100 or 200 people in this industry in the whole of GCC. Follow them, start following them. So there will be the people who are constantly posting, go down under their comment box, comment something nice. Oh, that's really fantastic, Dr. So-and-so. I like your insight. Your thought process is brilliant. Something like that. Just reply to them, engage with them. And they, who's this person who's coming down? And so most of the LinkedIn post may have a lot of likes, but they might not be having a lot of comments on it, right? So if you comment, you're having yourself noted. And after 2 or 3 days, you can just drop them one more message and say that, hey, I'm just a big fan of yours. I'm just following you for the past 2 or 3 weeks, and I find it really interesting. And I thought maybe I can learn a lot from you. How about, I'm just going to send my CV. If you are having some time, can I send me your CV? Can you just go through it and help me understand what am I lacking at this point? What do you think I should learn or do so that I can land up in a job? So it's not just, okay, can you refer me somewhere? It's also, with your expertise, can you help me understand what am I lacking to be a big fit like you in this industry? So it's elevating them, also elevating you. So the next one goes expanding your horizon to 3 GCC as the career landscape. So don't just limit yourself to UAE, because that's something which most of the people do. Because, okay, and I came down to UAE and I'm just waiting for here, like maybe a couple of times. You are having a chance of changing your visa every 2 months. Maybe what you do is, instead of going down to India and changing it, or Pakistan and changing it, you're going to Oman border and then changing it. Why not explore Oman for 2 to 3 days, right? So these are some things which you can expand, because consider the whole fact, the US President Donald Trump did whole GCC tour the last 2 weeks, and the whole GCC countries are investing heavily on AI in this region. And one of the huge sector which is getting affected is healthcare, because healthcare is having a huge potential in AI, artificial intelligence, which can be integrated into their industry. So a lot of governments are investing heavily on the healthcare sector, because that's one of the biggest sector. There is nowhere. Schools, healthcare is something which everybody needs all the time, right? Nobody can replace these things. But there is a lot of development which is happening in the industry. So you just have to adapt yourself and you just have to expand yourself. So if you take Qatar have a Qatar National Healthcare Strategy, which they launched 1 months back, which can be utilized. You can just start applying for Qatar as well. You're anyways available in the GCC is something which you can put in your CV, so that they know that, okay, you're here in the GCC, you're available, you can land anytime soon. Saudi Arabia have a Vision 2030, which also reflects a lot on AI and healthcare. The funniest thing is that one of the events which happened a few weeks back here in Dubai, Future Museum, and it was related to AI. And while we were sitting and discussing different industries, there was somebody from the legal department coming down and saying, like, judges are getting replaced, that AI judges who won't be having any bias, which is coming up. So one of the people who were sitting in the crowd, they came up and they said that, okay, I'm from New York. This is something extremely huge in New York, and we got a lot of funding, so we just came down here in Dubai to introduce this. And everybody was like blown because of the concept which they mentioned. It's basically a door which they have created, wherein the patient, say for example, I'm a patient, I'm walking through that door and it examines me from head to toe, and it tells me if I'm a right candidate for cancer. So excuse my wording, I'm not supposed to use the term right candidate, but I'm just saying so that in layman terms you understand that if I'm a potential candidate for cancer in the next 5 years is something which the door recognizes. So that is something which is extremely huge now in USA, which they are trying to apply here in the UAE. So these are something which is, huge AI challenges, AI changes which is happening in this industry, which you could probably read about, learn about, adapt about. And it's all about adaptability. How good are you learning about all of these things? It's not just about, what job which you had. I had a dental experience, like 7 years of dental experience. I'm just going to stick with that. That's not how it works, right? You just have to develop and grow yourself and understand that healthcare is an industry where a lot of AI thing can be applying, especially in the GCC region. So you also have to not just stick with the UAE, but then there is Qatar, Saudi Arabia, Bahrain, Oman. Everybody has some strategy or the other which you can adapt and which you can probably do it. So it's just about exploring all of these nations which are heavily invested right now at the moment, especially in the health. So how do you figure out the relevant right opportunity for you in this field of technology which correlates with healthcare? That's what your question, right? Yes. Yes, exactly. So, again, LinkedIn is your place where you can do all of these things. You just have to figure out a bunch of like less than 100 professionals in this industry who constantly post about AI, healthcare. You just have to, follow people who are at the healthcare sector top management, because they are the ones who are policy makers, right? Policy makers post a lot about or what is next to be coming up. And you can actually leverage all of these things. People from DHA, people from all of these relevant top management places. You just can follow them and understand, okay, this is what the industry is going forward with. This is the industry trend which is happening in healthcare industry. Follow them, reach out to them individually if you don't find these kind of, because opportunities like this in AI, because AI is mostly a buzzword. So these kind of opportunities you cannot probably find in your regular Indeed job listing or LinkedIn job listing. It's something which comes internally, and somebody with a relevant experience internally gets that opportunity because somebody else in the same industry referred them. So you have to leverage yourself. You just have to reach out to these people, just message them randomly. Dr. Aisha, one thing is that this market is extremely saturated with people who are coming from different parts of the world, just looking for an opportunity or just an entry in the industry. So if it was me, I would personally grab any opportunity which is coming my way, because that's what I do. And maybe that's my personality, but it doesn't have to be like that for you. So